CIV305, we are drawing section. This is part 2. So let me fix the dimensions. This is too small. I could start by matching the dimension here that I have on my other plan. That'll put it, at least get it into the right layer. But what you're going to see is it's actually going to be too big. So when I go to S2, this text is ginormous, and we want the text to show up the same scale as it shows up here. So we're going to have to modify that text scale and even the ticks. So I'm going to come over here to properties, and I'm going to make that smaller. I'm going to just try 1 inch, and actually I'm going to try 2 inches. That seems to be okay. And then I'm also going to change my text size to 2 inches. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Now if I go to S2, I can see here that's looking much better. And actually for this particular one, I'm actually going to change it so that instead of the dimension being, the text being on the top, I think I want it to be on the bottom. So here I'm going to change this to below. And I might even change that text offset a little bit. Yeah. Now, once I've done that, I can use my match command for that. So here I have my 1 foot footing, and it's 1 foot wide. It's 2 feet wide by 1 foot tall. So that looks good. Let's just make sure these are on the right layer. Dimension. Under layer, yes, they are. And my footing should be on footing. Great. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to break. I'm going to add a section break, a break line here. You can see this little red thing coming in. I'm going to add a section break so that I'm going to break the top of the wall, essentially cut it so you're not seeing all of it. So I'm going to move this over here. I'm also going to rotate it, RO, so that it's like that. And then I'm going to move this down here. I'm going to use my trim command to trim those off. And actually I'm going to insert another section break. It's kind of out here. So that I can, essentially what I'm saying is I'm saying, hey, wherever I break it, it keeps on going, but I'm only showing you this piece of it. So I can take that there. Actually, let's move that just a little bit. And then we can use our trim command to clean that up. Okay. So if I go back to S2, you're seeing, hey, the slab continues going. And let's just check that too. So this, under home, it's under miscellaneous concrete, but actually I think I want it to be on slab. And this one, let's see where that is living. Miscellaneous concrete, that's probably okay for a curb. And now I can add hatching. So I can take BH and I can hatch this. And I can match the hatching that I had over here, but right here. So that matches that hatching, and then I can hatch my slab and actually BH. I want to also hatch my concrete footing, and I can use my match command to match that. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, that looks okay. So now that I have those, I want to put some earth in. So perhaps I want to use a polyline here and just draw some earth here. And I'm going to use a rectangle. Whenever you are putting hatching in, you want to have a defined, we'll come back and delete that, but to put in hatch, you want to have a defined area to do your hatch. So again, BH, hatch that, we'll hatch that. And now I'm going to come in to my pattern, and I'm going to look for earth. And they actually, I think they do actually have something that is called earth. Sand, earth, perfect. And I want it to be, let's try 5. I'm just increasing the opacity a little bit, or increasing the tightness of the weave. So yeah, that looks good. So there's my earth. So here you can see this is just your soil. I'm going to add notes, and I can copy the notes from over here. So I can hit copy, take these. I have all the same things. And I'll move these around in my window. So if we go to S2, you can see that slab is not fitting. And the text is too big, so I'm going to have to modify that as well. So going back into here under properties, oh, actually, modify the properties of the text so that it is 2 inches tall. I'll use my match command to change those. Let's see how these look. That's better. I need to move my slab on grade over. Again, I want that to be in alignment. Okay, so here I have cleaned this up. Here's my fitting that's dimensioned. I've now established that this is a 6-inch slab on grade. We have a 6-inch curb, an 8-inch CMU wall, and it looks like my section is ready to go. So let's hop over to S2. Okay, now I'm in layout 2. Actually, I want to rename that S2. S2, I also want to rename this sheet S2. S2. So here we have the section, and let's see what that looks like when we go to print it out. So we do a print. We're going to use the previous plot settings. And it looks pretty good, although you can see how dark the hatching of the earth is, and maybe I want to modify that a little bit. So I could come in and make sure that I could either take this and make this larger, but I also want to make sure that's on the right layer. So under properties, it's not. I actually want it to be under hatch, which is going to print a little bit lighter hatch. Okay, I'll delete these boxes. Okay. So back in Paperspace, let's do another print and see how that looks. Better. We definitely want the structure to show up darker, and we don't want to be overwhelmed by the hatch. So we also might want to take this hatch and make it a little bit more dense. So let's do that. So going back over here to model, we can take this, this hatching here, double click, and we can make that pattern a little bit tighter. Yeah, that looks better. So now you can see that. Hit plot, and we'll finish it up. We can do a preview. Actually, I need to fix that hatch too. Anyway, I'll fix that hatch, do a save as, and then I will have this plot ready to go. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to do a save as, because I'm going to be turning this in. So this is the trash section assignment. So I will save it as that. So when I upload it, it will be a unique file with the appropriate file name.